Hey, what's going on everybody? I'm BaldyPal with BaldyPal Picking. I'm enjoying the beaches of Panama City on the spring break for my kids and my wife, who is also a school teacher. So I had to take a few days off of work myself and just come relaxing in the sun. But even when you're on vacation, hopefully you got that store up on eBay working for itself, kind of making you money while you're enjoying the fun in the sun, right? In fact, I've made a few sales myself while I've been out here on the beach, and I'll tell you some of those sold items. But I also want to take an opportunity to catch you up and show you or tell you some of the shipping tips that I use in order to sell my electronics and get the best possible price for them and charge the buyer the shipping where I don't have to do free shipping. I haven't been doing it long enough to find a really good average cost of shipping. Let me go ahead and tell you the first tip I have for you as far as eBay shipping is concerned is don't be afraid to use a lot of bubble wrap and plastic wrap to keep that electronic safe in the box. And because I use a lot, I use 3/16 small bubble wrap for the edges, and to protect the body of the electronic, I use the 1/2 inch bubble wrap. So that's a combination of both the big bubbles and the smaller bubbles. And I do it and I wrap it with plastic wrap really nice and tight to just honestly, you got to put that protection on that VCR or that electronic, because you don't have the original styrofoam that the manufacturer would have put in the box. I've actually gotten quite a bit of really good positive feedback based on how well I protect the item with my bubble wrap. One of my most recent sales that I actually made earlier today while I was here on vacation at the beach is this 24-inch Vizio Smart TV. I was actually using this TV as a second monitor on my desk for my YouTube and for my eBay stuff, and I decided that I didn't need such a large two 24-inch monitors, and I wanted to downgrade to a smaller 19-inch monitor, which I actually found from Goodwill for only $6. So I went ahead and listed this Vizio 24-inch monitor, and I didn't expect it to go for a lot. It's an older model, but it's still sold for $49.95 plus shipping. This water is so stinking cold. I have no idea how he is able to tolerate this 60-something degree water, maybe even 50, I don't even know, but it is cold. It's hitting my feet and I'm just freezing my toes off. My second tip that'll help you make money indirectly is by packing with professionalism. Take very good care when you pack your product and show the buyer how important it is to you that they get the product safely. Even if it's something as simple as a shirt, pack it up, fold it up nice and neat, slide it into a little cellophane bag, and that way when they receive it, it looks like it came from a manufacturer. It looks like it came from Kohl's. It looks like it came from Macy's, somewhere they would have bought online brand new. But yes, you are selling pre-owned and you're selling it from eBay, but packing it with some professionalism will help guarantee some positive feedback, and hopefully it'll bring you in more sales because they'll follow you and they'll keep shopping your store for more products of the same type quality. I did one time receive positive feedback about how well the shirt was so well packaged that they wanted me to let them know if I had received or if I had any more vineyard vines, but they were in a boy's size. She bought 2 shirts from me, but I don't really pick up boys shirts very often. I just happen to have these 2. But it goes to show that she was willing to buy from me again simply because I put in that customer service and professionalism in the packing job. I really think it'll help you out in the future. So the next tip I have for you when you're trying to sell something large like electronics is you need to know your dimensions. Electronics can be heavy, very heavy. Get yourself a kitchen scale, keep it in your room. You should have one anyway, simply because you're shipping and selling on eBay. But when you're shipping and charging the shipping to your buyer for the electronics, you need to be as precise as possible. The box size needs to be known, the weight needs to be known, and this will help you get a more precise, calculated shipping rate for your buyer, no matter which service you choose to use. Recently, I sold this Fresh Air 2.1 EcoQuest air purifier, and I got this at an estate sale for $0. And the way I got it was I had a hookup. This lady who invited me to a private estate sale. I did buy about $50 worth of good products from her, but on the last day of the estate sale, she was fixing to throw everything into a dumpster, and she called me and said, anything you want and you pick out, you can have it. Just help me get rid of this stuff. Well, nobody had picked up this air purifier. In fact, there were 2 of them, so I brought them both home. One was no good. I couldn't even really feel good selling it for parts because it made a god-awful noise. But this one I got for $0, and I sold for $65. It didn't have a remote. Its display had some issues, but I still sold it for $65 plus shipping. The next shipping tip I have for you is that you should, when you're building a shipping policy on your eBay listing, you need to look at all the possible options, such as UPS, FedEx, and USPS, but they ultimately, they can't come close to the low rates that UPS or FedEx can provide. I created a shipping policy that has got FedEx home delivery or UPS ground, and I let the buyer choose which of those 2 would work best for them based on where their location is, because it's calculated shipping. For the most part, they choose... Oh, baby, are you okay?
I'm so close to photobombing you. I might have maybe in the background.
You might be in the background of some of that. I didn't expect you to chase me down here. So providing different shipping options lets the buyer choose what's best for them and their location. Multiple options is good for your buyer. I think it's important to note here that if you're going to create a shipping policy like this where you provide them with multiple options, you need to choose the shipping option you think would be best for them first. If you, let's say there's a difference of price of $5 to $10 between UPS and FedEx, and they only see FedEx, they might choose not to buy your product because they think that's the only shipping option they're going to get. You want to talk about the most recent sold item?
It's a Panasonic VCR combo 4-head hi-fi stereo with no remote. Tested and it works, and he sold it for $59.95 plus shipping.
So this VCR DVD combo is not a recorder, it's just a player. I picked it up for $10. There's some damage, physical damage on the top, but it didn't hinder the fact that it could play the DVD or VHS tapes in any way. But I did disclose that in the listing, and it sold, like she said, for $59.95 plus shipping, and it sold within 2 days. My next shipping tip is probably one of the most important, and I got this from my friend Tommy Bernhard, also on YouTube. He used to be a UPS guy, and he knows his stuff. This one is share your eBay shipping discount with your buyers. So what you want to do is you want to go into your eBay settings, go to your site preferences, then your shipping preferences, and on this screen you'll be able to share your USPS, FedEx, or UPS shipping discounts that you get as a seller. You can choose to select any one of the 3 or all 3 or just a combination of the 3 with your buyer. The better seller you are on eBay, the better the shipping discount you get. And then you pass that on to the buyer, and that will help increase your sales. If you don't share these shipping tips, then you're going to only be able to sell in a very small radius around you, because the further away it is, the more it's going to cost to ship. For example, before he taught me this tip of sharing my shipping discount, I live in Georgia. I was only making sales of these electronics in like Florida and Alabama, mostly in my 2 or 3 state circumference. But as soon as I started sharing my shipping discount with my UPS shipping discount, I started making sales across the country. New Jersey, Illinois, California, Colorado, all across the nation. So it significantly increased my sale opportunities across the nation rather than just the 2 or 3 state area that's near me. For example, I had a 19-inch or 13-inch DVD combo TV, and I listed it, and I looked at the shipping cost before I turned on this option, and it was gonna be about $45 to ship to Tommy. And when I turned on this option, it decreased it to $25. That's a huge savings in shipping. And that's a great tip. You should definitely go into site preferences and shipping preferences and choose and check the box to share your shipping discounts with your buyer. I'm telling you, that's the #1 shipping tip I can share with you. Another really cool electronic I sold lately was a DVD recorder. These are very popular, very hot item if you see them in the thrift stores. Not just a player, but the DVD recorders themselves. I picked up this DVD recorder at a local thrift store called the Valley Rescue Mission. I paid $8.08. In the store, in that same store, I also found a DVD -R, which is a -RW, which is a recording slash rewritable DVD. So I bought that for another $1. So for $9, I bought these 2 items, tested them, packaged them together, and sold them for $114.95 plus shipping overnight. I listed it one evening before I went to bed, and it was sold by the time I woke up in the morning. I really do believe that using these shipping discounts has increased my sales with these electronics because they're heavy, they're big, they're massive. Using UPS or FedEx instead of United States Postal Service priority shipping has significantly increased my chances of sales too, because they're going to charge less money than the USPS does. And then lastly, the sharing my discount, my shipping discount with my buyers, it's got to be the #1 reason why I've made so many sales outside of my 3-state area. One more shipping tip I'm going to leave you with is, earlier I said know your dimensions, but this last shipping tip is, if you have to estimate, make sure to overestimate. If you underestimate the dimensions, the weight and the size of your product, you're going to end up eating the difference in cost of shipping. If you overestimate the dimensions, then if there is a difference because they paid too much, you can always refund them the difference if you so choose to do so, which I think is a really good thing to do. If they pay too much, don't try to make money on shipping, and make sure you give them their money back. They're willing to spend it, yes, but they'll be grateful if you return the little bit of a difference. So what I would recommend is, if you don't have the box or you don't know exactly how much it weighs once it's packed up, you should add 2 pounds for the shipping, for the box, for the packing, for the bubble wrap, for the tape, and you should add 4 inches left and right and front and back because of that box. Now I actually go ahead and buy a bunch of the same size box, and I make them all fit in the 20 by 15 by 6 box, no matter what size the device is. Unless, of course, it's bigger than that box. But for the most part, the VCRs and the DVD combo units all fit in a 20 by 15 by 6 box. So if you don't know your dimensions, overestimate, don't underestimate, and you can always refund the difference in shipping costs once it's all said and done. Well, I hope you've learned something new about shipping. I hope that you take these tips into consideration and that it helps you make more sales and makes more money in the end. Thanks for stopping by BaldyPal Picking. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and hit the bell. That way you're notified every time I upload a new video. Y'all stay safe out there and have fun picking.